Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you. So we're once again going to talk about Iran and some more threats towards Israel right before this potential upcoming strike that Iran is going to launch on Israel. This is due to that airstrike that was launched in Syria in Damascus, the capital, last Monday, striking an Iranian consulate and killing two generals of the IRGC Quds Force and also five officers. So we have threats coming out here from Major General Yahya Rahim Safavi that you see in this picture. He's a general for the IRGC, and he's coming out and saying Israeli embassies are not safe. The military attack on the consulate and the testimony of the advisors whose presence was legal and at the invitation of Syria is a violation of international laws. None of the regime's embassies are safe anymore, so it has closed 28 embassies so far out of fear. The revolution leader promised a regretful slap, and the resistance front is prepared, and we will have to wait and see what will happen. This has scared the settlers of the Zionist regime and caused them to run away and rush to the stores and even buy electric motors. They dream of dying every night, and they are most fearful creatures, is what he said. So Iran is obviously very pissed off here about that attack on the Iranian consulate in Damascus. And we're still waiting to see how Iran is going to respond to this. Many people are believing that this is going to be a major attack and expecting this to happen. I just reported earlier that the IDF is withdrawing their troops from Gaza. Majority of them, they're only leaving like one brigade inside of southern Gaza. Majority of them are being withdrawn from the Gaza Strip, okay, and returning back to base in southern Israel. So I've got some more news here. We're going to be going over this. I have some information coming out. We'll also be talking about some X posts as well, some extra information to give us some clues as to how Iran is going to attack Israel soon. So this is on the Times of Israel. Iran threatens Israeli embassies as Gallant says country is prepared for any scenario. Iranian state media publishes graphic of missiles it claims can hit Israel as it promises to avenge 7 IRGC personnel killed in Syria airstrike it blames on Jewish state. An advisor to Iran's supreme leader on Sunday appeared to threaten an attack on Israeli embassies days after a strike on an Iranian consular building in Damascus that Tehran blamed on Israel killed 7 members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. The embassies of the Zionist regime are no longer safe, Yahya Rahim Safavi, senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was quoted as saying by the ISNA news agency, adding that Tehran viewed confrontation with Israel as a legitimate and legal right. The news agency also published a graphic that it claims showcases 9 types of Iranian missiles it says are capable of hitting Israel. Meanwhile, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said Sunday that Israel is ready to respond to any attack by the Islamic Republic, stating that Israel has completed preparations for a response against any scenario that would develop against Iran. So Israel is ready to go. They're ready to respond and defend their country when they come under attack here, which most likely we are going to see some sort of attack on Israeli territory. If not, they will probably attack their embassies, which we do know now that Israel has evacuated many of their embassies, so maybe we won't see an embassy attack. The remark was made following an assessment Gallant held with the chief of IDF's Operations Directorate, Major General Oded Basiuk, and the chief of the Military Intelligence Directorate, Major General Aaron Haliva, at the Defense Ministry in the Kira military headquarters in Tel Aviv. Iran has threatened a response to the alleged assassination by Israel of its top Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps commander in Syria, along with 6 other IRGC officers in an airstrike last week on the Syrian capital. So down here, this is just a post we're going to be going over actually on X. So this is from Saeed Zimi. So they published, the ISNA published an infographic of 9 Iranian-made missiles that it says are capable of hitting Israel. So we're going to go over this right now. I'll pull this up on X, and we'll take a look at this. Very, very crazy what's happening here. We're getting lots of information coming out, and there's so much happening. So let's just go ahead and show you this stuff here too on X. So here's that post we were just talking about. So yeah, ISNA has published an infographic of 9 Iranian-made missiles that are capable of hitting Israel. So these are the 9 different missiles that can supposedly strike Israel. Many of these are huge too. I think these majority of these here are ballistic missiles. I know some of these taller ones should be. So these have a really extreme range. They can fly thousands of kilometers and strike Israel if they really wanted to. So they were putting this out. There's lots of propaganda and lots of basically videos too showcasing Iran's power using these ballistic missiles that they could fire and hit Israeli territory. So I want to show you this here too from Iago, I think is what it is. We will give Israel a response they have never seen before. And this is from Defense Minister of Iran. This is him in the photo. So he's saying he's going to respond in a way that Israel has never seen before. So that's why I'm telling you, I think there's a very high possibility here that I think Israel's really going to get attacked by multiple proxy groups at the same time, maybe even from different countries. I think we will see attacks coming from Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Iran maybe even might launch ballistic missiles directly from their territory. And who knows, maybe even Jordan right next to them. Jordan is for the most part, a pretty friendly country. But we just had some news a few days ago that a drone was launched from Jordanian territory into southern Israel and struck the port of Eilat at like a military outpost or something like that. So there could be some enemies in Jordan as well, which is right on the border, the eastern border of Israel. So I also want to show you a couple other things here. This is from the Iran Observer. Iran's foreign minister met with delegation from Yemen's Ansarullah in Oman, and his next trip will be to Syria. It seems that the final preparations and discussions are being held with the Axis of Resistance. So this is in Yemen, okay? The foreign minister just meeting as of like today or yesterday, I believe, inside of Yemen, talking to the Houthis to see how they're going to help out if a war breaks out. Okay, so, and let me show you this. So we know that the foreign minister was meeting here in Yemen, right? Look at this now. From Sprinter Factory, the Yemenis have informed Iran that should a regional war break out, more than 400,000 fighters are ready to completely blockade the Red Sea and target U.S. bases in Africa and the Middle East. The Yemenis have recruited 200,000 new fighters since the beginning of the conflict. So this is really big, okay? We just had word too that the Houthis attacked like I think two American ships in the last like 24 hours as well. I might do a video on that. We'll see. But we do know that more ships came under attack, and this has been happening for about 5 months now or so, where the Houthis have been targeting ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. I've reported on that numerous times. Warships have come under attack from the U.S. and Britain. So, like I said, I really think this is going to be a major response here. I think Israel just kicked the hornet's nest over here when they struck that Iranian consulate in Syria, and I think Iran is going to respond big here. Many people are kind of laughing this off at the moment, and they're thinking, no, they're not going to do anything. Israel's been poking the bear for a long time and trying to get Iran to respond, but they're not responding. Well, what if they actually do respond here and it ends up being really big? And I really hope we don't see a major regional war break out here in the Middle East and just major conflict. And Israel's going to be right in the center of this. And what's even more dangerous is the U.S. could get involved here. And, it's going to be a very difficult time for everybody if this happens. We are most likely going to see oil prices spike and go through the roof as well. If a war breaks out in the Middle East, this could be very bad. So I highly recommend you all prepare for this. Try to have some basic necessities in your home. Try to keep your gas tanks topped off. Because if this thing really does kick off, okay, gas is going to go through the roof. and it's gonna cause prices around the world to skyrocket as well because everything runs off of oil. If the price of oil goes up, everything else goes up. So expect more inflation and more economic issues throughout the world if this really does pop off here. So who knows? Maybe in the next day or so, we could see Iran launching their attack on Israel, and I don't know why, but I have a big feeling that we're going to see some sort of ground incursion attack as well. That this won't just be missiles and drones. There's a very big possibility that that Hezbollah in Lebanon could mobilize and try to attack Israel in the north, and then we could have all these other groups attacking from Syria and potentially maybe even from Jordan. Who knows? But the Yemeni Houthis here state they've got 400,000 strong that are ready to go, blockade the Red Sea, target U.S. bases in Africa and the Middle East, and this could be really bad. Okay, this could really break out into a major war, and it could get nasty really quick. So let me know what you think down below. Share your thoughts and opinions with us. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.